So the past couple of weeks, I've had to read articles and watch videos about different things going on in the health and tech industry. And the first thing that I watched was about Move Now, which is it's kind of like a Fitbit, but it's a lot more accurate. And it's kind of like a personal coach. They give you I think two sizes, one for your ankle. So like if you're running, what it does is it measures how far you've walked, how you're how you're running, your progress, stuff like that. It's easy to wear. It's light. So I think that's kind of helpful. In the fact that you don't have to feel it like hitting against you all the time when you're running, and it's just not annoying. And like it, I feel like it's something that if you're running, like you don't know it's there, so it's just kind of great. Like you don't have to focus on it as much. Um, if you're it's kind of a coach, so like it'll motivate you to go faster, do better. It'll let you know if you're not reaching your goals like the way that you want to. It'll reduce the risk of injury because it'll tell you, like in the video that I saw, which I'll link in this blog post. um it tells you if you need to have softer impacts, which impact is a huge thing for running because it can really mess up your joints and your knee. um it tracks your sleep and your active minutes. So like the active minutes is like the World Health Organization or the WHO recommends that you get 150 minutes of physical activity per week. So it's about roughly 30 minutes per day is what you want to shoot for. So it'll track your active minutes rather than your footsteps, like a Fitbit or something like that. Something else that goes on in the health tech industry that they're trying to do for like extra gaming and stuff like that, which is like exercise while also gaming, is they add leaderboards so you can track your progress and compete against other people. And I think that's helpful because people, like to be competitive with others. It also syncs with your phone, so it's quick, so it's really easy. I liked that in the video that they had different modes for like walking, running, and swimming. I think there was like a 7-minute exercise portion, which is pretty cool. Especially the fact that you can sleep or not sleep, swim. Sorry. That's like waterproof, stuff like that. So I think it's something that's innovative, and it'll probably go a long way in the future. They'll probably keep making improvements with it. The next thing that I learned about was the Maestro rechargeable system. So it's made by Interomedics. It's Food and Drug Administrative, yeah, something like that. Food and Drug Administration. That's what it. Like I don't know why I couldn't get that out. It's approved by them. There's 79 million obese adults. It's the first weight loss device since 2007 that was approved by the FDA. It uses on it. There's a typo in this. That lead implants that's implanted just above the stomach, and there's a regulator under the skin near the rib cage. So what it does is it suppresses signals carried by the vagus nerve, which goes all the way up to your brain. It's like in your head. So it'll pretty much stop any sort of feeling of hunger. So I believe how it works is, like when you're hungry, like your stomach relaxes, and it kind of sends impulses to your brain that you should eat food. And so what this does is it makes it so you're not as hungry as often, so you can prevent yourself from eating food. It doesn't permanently alter the digestive system like a gastric bypass. Like I know a few people who have had the gastric bypass, and I know it's pretty dangerous in the long run. I don't remember the success rate off the top of my head, but I know it's pretty low. It's pretty successful. 38% of subjects lost a quarter of excess weight, and 52 lost at least 20% of their excess weight. So that's pretty cool. The device powers up during waking hours and powers down during sleeping hours, so it doesn't work while you're sleeping. And in the end, it would cost between $20,000 and $30,000, which I think is expensive. It's definitely more expensive than gastric bypass, but it's probably worth it for a lot of people out there, especially if they have medical problems because of their weight. But I mean, in the long run, I think there's cheaper alternatives like going the natural way. I mean, I know that's not an option for everybody, but I feel like taking out the equivalent of a student loan for this probably wouldn't uh, meet the benefits of it. I mean, I know there's health insurance, but like I just feel like that's expensive for something like this. So I think that there's better alternatives. The next thing I learned about was the Versus Virtual Fitness Trainer, which is an extra game. Um, they pretty much you can work out at home, and I think they have this in fitness clubs. They have a smart weight rack. It's competitive. So the smart weight rack, like if you take the weights off, it'll tell you on the screen how much weight you're doing. It tells you how to correct your form. Like in the video, it told this girl to widen her stance when she was squatting, which is something that I feel is important. But I don't think that should replace like overall like personal trainers, because they can give you more in-depth reasons on why things should be the way they are when they're squatting or when they're doing any sort of exercise. I mean, simply correcting your form is it's helpful, but I feel like a lot of people just wouldn't understand. There were also kids in the video who were doing this. I'm not really sure. I mean, it's good to get kids working out at a younger age, but I feel like there's definitely better ways than this for children. It has customized workouts, so you can pick what you want to do. I think there was boxing, squats. Well, squats. It's like a power workout type deal. And the last thing that I learned about was wearables and how much they fail. They obviously, a Fitbit's not going to get you to go out and run. It's not going to get you to go out and exercise more, but it'll definitely help you track your physical activity, because physical activity is important when it comes to exercising. People should understand how to create their change by themselves, like dieting and stuff like that. Apps and like any sort of wearable should only add on to the experience of what they want to accomplish. Many of the wearables are pretty inaccurate. I think the Fitbit and Body Media Core were the most accurate, and Jawbone Up 24 and Nike Fuel Band had accuracy rates between 15 and 18%. So these tools can be motivational, and I don't know why there's so many spelling errors. They can be really convenient for people. So if they want to know like how many steps they've taken, they can just look at their wrist, something like that. It'll tell them. And I think